Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
So with that, we come to the end of this section. Here we have a question. Let us quickly look at that. So the question asks, examine the strengths and limitations of oral history. How have oral history techniques furthered our understanding of partition? So let's look at the strengths first. So oral histories allow us to understand the experiences of ordinary people impacted by the event. Now, limitation is that it does not provide a holistic account or study of the event, such as the partition. Okay. Now the next question, how have oral history techniques furthered our understanding of partition? It has allowed us to understand the experiences of people who lived through the event and who were impacted by the government's decision partition, which the government records do not highlight. Okay, so the oral history techniques have allowed us to understand the experiences of people who lived through the event of partition and who were impacted by the government's decision to partition, which otherwise the government records do not highlight. Okay. So the next question is the map work. Now, in this map work, you have been asked to outline the sections A, B, and C of the Cabinet Mission proposal. So the Cabinet Mission proposed 3 sections, creation of 3 sections, right? A, B, and C. A was Hindu majority section, B and C was Muslim majority section, both in northwest and northeast part of India. So that has to be marked on a map. Okay, so that is your map work. Now, like in the earlier chapter, I have reminded you that at the end of the series of chapters for this book, there is an entire chapter dedicated for map work. Now, I encourage you to do this map work project then when you do that chapter or after we have done that chapter, because then it will make more sense for you and it will make your understanding very easy. Okay. So with that, I come to an end of this chapter. Very quickly, let me tell you what this chapter was all about. So this chapter was all about the partition of India, an event, a very significant event that took place in the year 1947. So we understood what this event of partition entails, how significant this is, why it is one of the important events in the history of South Asia. We've also tried to understand how different historians refer this event has been caused as, how different historians try to understand the cause of this event. Some say that communal politics led to the partition. Some say the conflict between Hindus and Muslims led to the partition, etc., etc. We understood that. Then we also saw that it is important to understand all the events that led to the partition. So we looked at various events from the election of 1937 to the partition in 1947, and all the minute details in events that occurred in between these periods. And then by that we understood what had caused the partition and why the British left. And then we also looked at the impact of partition to women, impact of partition on women, impact of partition on women, impact of partition on different provinces like Punjab and Bengal, the difference between the experiences of people in these two provinces. We also looked at experiences of people migrating from the central part of India, southern part of India to Pakistan. And then we looked at the significance of oral history and the significance or the role played by oral narratives, oral testimonies in reconstructing the history of partition. Okay, so with that, I come to the end of this chapter, and I would like to end our lesson here with the hope that this was a very, very long chapter, and it might have been, in some places you might have lost me, but I earnestly hope that you got something out of my teaching, and I hope that we'll meet again learning about another interesting aspect of Indian history in the next class.